Hello and welcome to Angry Cow Poetry in the Rialto Theatre. I'm excited for all of you to be here tonight. I'm excited to introduce our feature here. Thank you for coming from many different locations to be with us tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go. I met our feature online. We connected. I do the video poetry series, the Outdoor Voice in the Indoor World, and we connected, I think, on the very first one. And Rosemary reached out and sent a piece, and have participated in many of them over the course of the 14, 15, 16, how many there have been at this point in time. So this is the first time we've actually shared physical space together, but we've chatted a lot online, watched a lot of videos. I'm really excited to bring this poet to the stage, poet and singer, and many other things as well. Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Detroit, One Single Rose.
You may not have heard about me. My pen pushes positivity. I write for everybody. I'm one single rose from the 313. You may not have heard about me. My pen pushes positivity. I write for everybody. I'm one single rose and I'm a P-O-E-T. Welcome to her one-woman show. It's an ongoing broadcast that's always on air. There will never be any cancellation or procrastination. This is a can't stop, won't stop, production. Produced by a woman making magic. She makes the bread. She bakes the bread. She serves it up to fill bellies of the undeserving on the finest china, knowing nothing about me time because her plate's always filled with something to do for someone else. You think this woman was a ringmaster the way she juggles through her days, multitasking as the CEO of everyone's destiny except hers. Energized like that bunny, rocking while we roll, trying to keep her pockets on swole. She can't afford to get sick or is hitting that lick, so she'll keep on ticking like a Timex wound up on borrowed time. Someone put a spell on her. Matrix moves with X-ray vision fail to block venom from penetrating her veins. She ignores the sting, walking around for days and a days with an IQ that exceeds brilliance, but she does some dumb shit, battering her crown, wearing herself down, forgetting to look out for number one, riding for her in the afternoon, maybe even dying for him by nightfall, but every morning she'll rise. Undefeated, ready to take on the world, fueled with love from the creator pumping through her purple heart. He crowned her a queen, but this woman won't sit back or relax. She picks up her people's slack because she's a woman who works magic. Her life's a haunted fairy tale. As the pages turn, she longs for a happy ending, not realizing she's writing the book with power to dictate how it ends.
Yeah.
One single rose, no stem. How y'all beautiful people doing today? Y'all all right?
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey. Love it. I'm Rosemary Wilson, a.k.a. One Single Rose when I'm nice, a.k.a. Pearl when I'm naughty, a.k.a. Queen Rose on the house music tip. So you may hear from all of my alter egos this evening, if that's okay with you.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mad love to Keith for having me here in Akron this evening. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you, sharing a few positive words. So we're just going to get into it, and I may enlist your help on a few of these pieces. Y'all good with that?
Good.
All right. How many people in the room love themselves?
All right.
All right. So we're going to work on that one hand that didn't come up. By the end of this piece, maybe it will rise. This is called The First Time. I wrote it the first time I actually saw myself, and I started to love myself. I held myself captive for years. Trapped within darkness, this little light of mine didn't shine. My voice hushed within personal insecurities passed down by society. Daddy Longlegs blessed me with a stature considered intimidating. Thicknesses of these lips and hips are frequently frowned upon. Consistently defending the beautiful brown I was born with, cognac hues fashioned as a safeguard remain on the front line for those who take offense. Above average intellect terrified below average wit. Dumb and dumber knocked my block off for the last time. Then I realized I've got to get comfortable living in the skin I'm in. I can only be me. I had to step outside the box to live in color. Proud and out loud. No longer slave to shade thrown by societal suggestions. No more wallowing in silence. My pen became my siren and sword. I pushed poems like weight. Writing past pain on paper which covered my will, which was hard as rock. Cut through all the mess with scissors before rock cried out, "It's time to escape!" Keys used in the prison break left indentations on my hands before being released from its death grip. The lone abductor, the alleys of my mind. Blinded by a so-called flawless culture, I met myself for the very first time. The first time ever I saw my face. There I was, tall, dark, and handsome, smart, thicker than a snicker. Finally, I fell in love with me. Physical attributes may permit descending gazes towards those threatened by altitude. I vow to encourage my people because the only time you should look down on a man is when you're picking him up. Overweight lovers are frequently shunned by jealous flatbacks who pay for butt shots and lip lifts. I don't think they're ready for this jelly. It's party time and celebration of life, so let's jam. The skin color is a blessing, deceptively labeled curse. Ties will return to an era where we were Adam and Eve, kings and queens, rulers of peaceful civilizations. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give us back our bones. Let haters hate while naysayers negate. You control your fate. Thank your old self for bringing you through. Be content with who you are. Strive for better to ensure you'll become someone you can tolerate the rest of your days. Open your eyes. Look in the mirror. Love on your reflection. If you can't do that, do you expect anyone else will? If you've never appreciated you, the next time you actually see yourself, I hope it will be the first time ever you saw your face, Keith. Your face, gentleman. Your face. Your face. One single rose, no stem. Thank you. So, how many of you guys are familiar with Motown?
Yeah.
Motown music. Yes. Grew up on it. In 2014, the Motown Museum started this slam series called Motown Mike the Spoken Word. I went to the Motown Museum. It was my first time at the Motown Museum. Lived in Detroit all my life. Had never gone to the museum, but they were having a poetry event, so I stopped in to support my fellow poets, and they convinced me to get on the mic. I got on the mic, placed for the slam. Not really a slam poet, but I was obedient to I qualified for the slam and ended up becoming the very first winner of the Motown Spoken Word Slam. The prize money just keeps going up and up and up. But as a result of me winning that slam, I am also the first poet ever filmed in Motown Studio A. If y'all familiar where the music was born with the holes in the floor. Yeah, I was right there, and that was hard. I'm still excited about that. So this is actual piece that I penned for the slam. And if you hear anything in this piece that you remember from Motown, can y'all just do like this in the air? Semi-autobiographical piece called Motown Blues. My papa was a Rolling Stone.
You started us off easy.
Right. Mama found out what's going on when money got tight, then heaven sent truth from above. She heard it through the grapevine that daddy's been playing hooky from work out all night long on Cloud 9, dancing in the streets with some 2-bit super freak. It's a shame. Daddy was supposed to be mama's endless love, the sunshine of her life. It just makes me want to holler. I thought there was nothing like the real thing, but it was just my imagination running away with me. Love is superstition, signed, sealed, and delivered on the tears of a clown. Now mama's uptight, humming inner city blues, upset she married a playboy that keeps her hanging on. What becomes of the broken-hearted, though? Ooh, baby, in this case, war. The hunter gets captured by the game. Mama loaded our shotgun, her fingertips hot on the trigger, sights on daddy. In a ball of confusion, she screamed, there's nowhere to run. I'm leaving here. Oh, you really got a hold on me, but I'ma keep on trucking, baby. Now it's time I shop around. Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye, but sugar pie, honey bunch, I can't help myself. Dear God, I just wish it would rain. Release this old heart of mine before it sinks in that man's quicksand. I second that emotion, Mom, but please stop in the name of love before you break my heart. My whole world ended the moment you left me. You're a brick house, my girl, 3 times a lady, more than she'll ever be. Someone's out watching out for me, watch out for you. So reach out, come to me. I'll cruise your heartache to higher ground, cause ain't no mountain high enough. Smiling faces sometimes don't tell the truth, and daddy's was really saying something, my soul, look, I'm coming out too. Pops can't ever be my guy again. I'm for real. You deserve better. I want you back, mama. Come and get these memories. Lock them away. Throw away the key. It's time to move on. I pray you never have to sing the same old song again. But please, just don't leave me this way. One single rose still. So I'm going to share one more piece in this set, and then when I come back, I'll probably sing a song and bring Pearl out to play. If that's okay. Just a little mild something. So this is testament to old school love. Because this, before I met my sweetie, the dating pool was full of crap. So he is definitely a blessing, and this is for all of you in the room who may love old school, because I'm an old school girl. It's called Old School Love. Give me that old school loving. Like talking to your boo on the landline into the wee hours of the morning, which pissed your mama off because there was no call waiting or voicemails. Take me back to 1993. It was safe to pull over to holler at a cutie without running the risk of getting carjacked. Or 1977 courting season. Men asked women out for dinner with no pressure for physical contact because the 3-month rule was enlisted by both parties. First base wasn't reached until the 3rd date, with home run hits popping off on wedding nights. I heard about the 1960s. You didn't have to meet your potential mate at a particular location because he picked you up at your house. knocked on your door, knocked your boots with flowers in hand, followed you outside, placed you in his car, then adjusted your seat. There was no rolling of blunts with Hennessy chasers as a precursor for Netflix and chill. Hashtag, I'm fucking you tonight. Meeting moms happened at Sunday dinner with the fam. Asking pops for his daughter's hand in marriage was a lengthy conversation between men. There were two-parent households. Daddy settled in at home after work with money for mama to pay the bills. Technological advances have created lazy loves. Back then, it didn't go down in the DM. Love letters were delivered by post, hinted with a scent of Chanel No. 5, sealed with a kiss. I reminisce about the time it was a crime to process X-rated photos with Kodak. I'm talking before butt shots and explicit pictures. Yeah, give me that old school loving. Expletives were cleverly disguised on the radio from the FCC. Love songs that put our bodies to work contained lyrics we could actually understand. Couples relayed the words I love you in person instead of by text message with the acronym ILY. Take me back to 1985. My face was in a real book. My dude wasn't concerned with why someone poked me. Exes didn't stalk under assumed names on social media. We didn't air our dirty laundry in status messages to collect likes or emoticons. Our nosy associates were kept out of the good, bad, or ugly of our relationships unless we let them into our business about that first meeting, to falling in love, getting married, or divorced. We shared information on a need-to-know basis because everybody don't need to know. I remember 1999. There was no code cracking to unlock dude's cell phone. Women's intuition let me know he was cheating on me. So I used the operator, a paper map, and the phone book to smoke the cheaters out of hiding. Page the squad with 313-911-304. Then we do a drive-by to check them hoes. Yeah, that old school loving. High school sweethearts got married, making the meaning till death do us part. Love was real. Couples prayed together. They stayed together. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Give me that old school loving like we used to do. Because nowadays, there's too many people playing the fool. One single rose, no stem. Thank you, guys. This is my latest collection of poetry. It's called Flyku for You. What is Flyku, you're asking me?
What is Flyku?
Yeah, Flyku is my spin on the ancient form of poetry, haiku, 575 scheme, basically about sun, moon, stars, quasars, nature, 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second line, 5 in the next. So I sit at a 1955 Remington Writer typewriter, old school. Take one word from an audience member and I write a haiku based off that one word, type it out on the typewriter on rose-colored stationery, of course, give it away as gifts, or I collect tips. And before I knew it, I had over 400 of them. So inside this collection are about 125 Flyku. So I'm going to read a few for you guys right now before I sit down. If you just give me about 5 numbers from 1 to 114. Then when I come back, I'll read from 114 on. First number. 3. What lies on page 3? This is all based off one word. See if you can guess what the word may have been. Some stories play out within the poetry we pen. Read the open book. Next number.
37.
7 and
37.
Okay.
37 here, 7 there.
Yep.
All right.
This is on page 7. Prosperity comes in many shapes and fashions. It's not always green. 37. Yeah, just quick quips, positive affirmations based off the energy projected by the person who gave me the word. 37. Living bold and free surely liberates your soul. Goodbye restrictions. 2 more.
Number 9.
33.
Number 9.
33 and 9. All right.
All right.
Metamorphosis schools the old you on building a healthy future. Page 9. It's funny how the universe works, placing you right where you should be. And today I'm here in Akron with you beautiful people. Thank you so much.
How about that? Give it up one more time for one single rose. I'm going to tell you briefly what's coming up, and then we're going to have a quick break here. So we're going to have about a 10-minute break.
Guitar singing from memory for 3 hours.
I kind of wanted to hear. Give me 1 second, then I can hear this too. But give us about 10 minutes, have a break. Lots of things you can do. One Single Rose has a book. You can check that out. You can give One Single Rose some money to buy the book. You can talk about a piece that particularly spoke to you, send appreciations, love to anyone in the room. You can check out the merch table up here. You can have a cookie. I baked cookies fresh earlier today.
Wow.
You can sign up for the open mic list if you haven't done that yet. You can put your donation in the pot. We do suggest a $5 donation for anyone willing and able. As you're able to hear, that goes all straight to our featured poet. So don't let her go back to Detroit empty-handed. You can go talk to Seth back here, co-owner of the Rialto Theatre. The reason this has a space is this dude right here. And not only that, he's your bartender for tonight too, as usual here at this event. Been with us almost every single time. Get your drinks here. We've got Michael on the other side, makes some great sandwiches. I just enjoyed one earlier. You can talk to him, chat, connect, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. All right, it is beautiful hearing all of the connection and the community happening out there. I hate to cut this short because this stuff felt really good, but I did tell you a 10-minute break, and I know I went way over that, and we got a lot of great voices for the open mic, so I want to get that going here. Couple quick things for the open mic. The energy the poet gives you, you give it back, you get more energy from the poet. So the more you can give back out, snaps, appreciation, however you want to show your love, the more you give it back out to the poet, the better night it's going to be for all of us. If you have a conversation going when that mic is on, Mr. Ballard, keep that real soft and low. Thank you. So please welcome up to the mic for first poet on the open mic. Please welcome the Actual Tanis.
I just wanted to let you know, God bless the featured guest, the featured artist from Detroit. Shout out 313. Shout out to motherfucking talent. I love you. I was touched. So yes, I just want to shout her out. Also, I want to say I'm an audio engineer, and some of the poetry I'm gonna be reading is song lyrics. Cause yeah, that's how I create my poetry. Okay. My name is Tanis. I'm from Shaker. That's Cleveland. Shout out to Kansman. Rest in peace to my homeboy Meech. If he can, hit me. And yes, I'm an artist. Check me out. Make sure you spend with Detroit, my sister, first. You know what I'm saying? Check out her book. But if you still have the ability, white people, check me out too. How you doing? Very well. Even though society designed like a jail cell. How you doing? Very well. Living in society designed like a jail cell. It's called Don't Read the Prison Manual. I did it in the library. Audio engineering. I record this. How you doing? Very well. I'm lying. This society designed like a jail cell. Oh, really? Only the prisoners gonna feel me. You gonna kill me, I'm gonna get free. I'm taking off, they gonna call till the law get me. But Lord get me, Lord lift me. Yeah, I'm jumping from earth to the stars quickly. This all empty, you all chimneys. I'm at the door and beyond, I want entry. It's deep people when I think people, like 6 feet people. Living on the edge where it gets steep, people. And I never rest unless it's in peace, stiffing, rotten. I'm responsible, tasting problems, taking toxins in a day when you get slain for staying honest with a conscience. Trapped inside a prison in my mind, exercising, scared to know my destiny's to die, just denying it, blinded, divided for highs like a hybrid. You could probably get split and die for spitting my shit. You survive for enterprise, getting shiny. I do it to lift up the ghetto niggas behind me. Yeah. on this work with this mission. They flipping work with the chickens. I really work in the kitchen, cleaning with burgers and flipping, yeah, and making it happen. Locked up in this poverty while I'm saving my planet. Can I do one hand? Don't ask me. Just put it back there. No, don't ask me. No, don't ask me. I'm disappointed only the black people did it. Come on, white people. Can y'all please throw one hand in the air and just wave it back for white people? Yeah, God, keep on shooting. Keep it moving. Don't ask how I'm doing. Yeah, keep it moving. You see who they shooting. Rest in peace, Jalen Walker. Yeah, Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker. He couldn't be here today. Yes. How you doing? Very well. Leaving no society designed like a jail cell. How you doing? Very well. Living in society designed like a jail cell. How you doing? Very well. Even though a conscious person mind like a jail cell. How you doing? Real well. Lying in society designed like a jail cell. America? Really? Only the prisoners gon' feel me. You gon' kill me. I'm gon' get free. I'm taking off. They gon' call to the law. Get me. But Lord, get me. Lord, lift me. Yeah, I'm jumping from earth to the stars quickly. This all empty. You all chimneys. I'm at the door from beyond. I want entry. Thank you. Rest in peace, my brother me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tanis.
Love you, Angry Cow.
Appreciate it. So Tanis demonstrated this well. We're going to keep it typically 2 pieces or less. I will give the next poet a little leeway because his poems are really short. So you might be able to sneak an extra one in there. Please welcome a regular. We've had someone I've known a number of years. Please welcome next to the open mic, Amann.
Just about listening to a singer. And it's all about the heartbreak that she shares for you to feel. Just makes you want to hold her. Tell her that the pain ain't real. It's just a little symptom of the days we're living in. When more folks learn to listen, we'll start to smile again.
All right.
The wasp. There was a wasp on the window. Poor thing. She never learned about the properties of class. Totally deceived, wearing out her busy wings to never reach the other side. Just like the working person who can never break even, let alone get ahead. Freshly written just tonight.
Hey.
Old home, not home, an angry cow again. Haven't written nothing new since, damn, I don't know when. Found a thing from long ago, said, whoa, did I write that? Here's the words without a song, hope I haven't got it wrong. Right into this. A lyric without a song. This is from a few years ago. I just found it again tonight. And I said, yeah, did I write that? It must be, it's on my letterhead.
That's right.
Everyone needs someone to fix them when they break. Kiss away the tears, forgive one more mistake. When they finally show up, handle them with care. Fix them if they're broken, teach yourself to share. It's a shaky one-way drive on a bumpy two-way street to show your love inside to the people that you meet. Some will treat you badly if you need to. Turn away. When it's clear they'll hurt you, nothing says you have to stay. Forgiveness is a blessing, one that anyone can give. Even if you have to walk away, yours is not their life to live. To share your love to those who hate takes the greatest strength of all. But the healing that it gives the soul comes from answering the call. The truth that hate just causes pain, some folks will never learn. We take one trip on this old street when it's over, none return.
All right.
Rose put me up to this. I've got to give away my Irish ancestry. But this is a cover tune, but it got me my St. Patrick's gig a couple of years ago. 'Twas a cold winter Year's evening, the guests was all leaving. Oh, Larry was closing the bar when he turned round and said to a lady in red, "Get out, you can't stay where you are." A gentleman Dapper stepped out of the crapper. These are the words he did say. Her mother never told her the things a young girl should know about the ways of fancy men and how they come and go. Whoa, fate has stolen her beauty and age has taken her charm. So think of your mothers and sisters, boys, and let her sleep under the bar.
All right, so you know that our feature tonight drove all the way from Detroit. And, yeah, it was pretty amazing. Not the furthest one from home tonight, because we have in the house someone from California. And I can't say necessarily that Monica came all the way here just for this night, but I can say that she traveled a decent bit within Ohio to make the schedule work to get here for this event tonight. So Monica is an amazing human, but also is the executive director, the amazing executive director of the nonprofit that I'm really thrilled to work with, New Roots Institute. So please welcome to the stage, Monica Chen.
Thank you all. I am so honored to be here. This is my very first open mic night. So I am going to read a Keith Allison original, and I'm honored to do this because it's actually a poem that really speaks to me as a Californian. I live in a town called Grass Valley, and when I'm not working, what I'm trying to do is protect my house from burning down. It's called Fanning the Flames. The flames of global warming light your horizon. Its storms blow ever more forcefully against your windows, and the water continues to inch towards your doorstep. When you said you'd rather die than give up meat, eggs, dairy, I thought it was just hyperbole at first. I thought science would convince you at first. I thought you'd realize as study after study revealed livestock's long shadow, that it wasn't just deadly for the livestock. I thought when climate change knocked persistently at your door, like an unrelenting Jehovah's Witness, that you'd finally be able to see the smoking gun, the smoking grill. But your house is on fire. Your forest is on fire. Your world is on fire. And still you stand over your barbecue, lamenting the sadness of the flames, while you strike your next match.
That was beautiful. Wow. Very honored. Thank you. Well done. It's nice hearing my own voice. I should have looked at who the next poet was up. You good to go?
Yes.
Cool. I don't know if it's the same order I have at the mic, but I know who the people in the room are coming up. Next poet, been coming to this event ever since we connected. Stumbled onto us, moved from Kent to Akron, and since stumbled in here, been an amazing part of our community ever since. Please welcome to the stage, Sylvia Clark.
I want to tell you personally that I dress up for this now. I would like to thank
one single rose.
One single rose. I didn't want to say a single rose or anything like that. If you need a word, I think what you did was righteous.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
This is called Akron. It's a pantoum, which is like a repetitive, like cycling sort of poem. Akron. Every night we closed our eyes and thrashed. Every day preoccupied with heavy chests, with unbearable crosses and raspy breath, We brace tonight for what blisters next. Every day preoccupied with heavy chests, if I rest for too long, I may never get up. We brace tonight for what blisters next, as every root corrupts. If I rest for too long, I may never get up. I cannot dredge this resentful sludge, as every root corrupts. We cannot trust them to judge. I cannot dredge this resentful sludge, as my heart constricts cold blood. We cannot trust them to judge. We drown in their neglectful flood. As my heart constricts cold blood, with unbearable crosses and raspy breath, we drown in their neglectful flood. Every night we close our eyes and thrash. This one's called My Panic Defense. So if you don't know, there's something called the trans panic defense, which is like men that kill like transgender people. Okay, not men necessarily. For me as a trans woman, like that scares me because it's like I'm tricking them somehow, and it's victim blaming. But like, here's sort of my argument for it. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing justice to the definition.
No, you're good.
My panic defense. A man could write my name on my birth certificate, dot the I with a period. A man could never say no to me in disgust for being on my period, but may instead sentence me to permanent stillness. A man could end this beat better than I could. A man could explain this better than I could. A man could see me as his Abel, as a brother who kept sheep. And why should I be able to dream when he has to work the American soil? Why should the fat I offer of my dreams be seen with any more favor than the fruit of this free land? And who am I to want the pain of labor when he toils so? And was it not Adam and Eve who birthed me? And am I not Eve with an Adam's apple? A man could take one look at me with all his biblical knowledge and do the thinkable. A man could ask another man in court what had happened to me and say, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? A man could believe him. A man could sentence me to death for a crime I did not commit, for having what he has. And what could he have that I have in common, besides a penis and fear in our eyes? A man could a man could make my eyes roll in my little insignificant death, my ending wrongly punctuated with a period and not a question mark. A man could type up my dead name, a name I will and won't die with, for the paper as if I wasn't born with one already written. A man could read my name and wash the ink off his hands. A man could defend himself.
Thank you, Sylvia. One more time. Get up for Sylvia. I guess I didn't need to adjust that. I think we were about the same height. I didn't realize that after I got here. So, thank you so much. The next poet we're going to bring up to the mic, and maybe poet is not a word he would go by, but Jim Ballard has been a local legend in these parts for a long, long time. I don't need to call out years for you. But been playing, here and beyond, singer-songwriter, but also not just a great performer, but also a great supporter of this community, great supporter of this event. And Jim's going to bless the mic tonight. I don't know what Jim is bringing. I'm excited to find out. Please welcome to the stage, Jim Ballard.
This is, as some of you know, not my lane. I'm actually a songwriter and an audio engineer, and in keeping with our holiday theme here, I'm going to continue with that. This is a song I wrote several years ago. I'm not a huge fan of fireworks. I was involved in a war years ago, and since then, I don't like those noises. But I went downtown years ago with my family to see the fireworks. And the thing that struck me that evening was that there were thousands and thousands of people from all over our whole city, every kind of people. And they came together that one night to celebrate what's supposed to be this country. And I thought to myself as I looked around, now we're all going to go back to our own places till next year. Why can't we do this every night? So this was the idea of this song. It's called "A Little White Lie." Downtown, look around, sunny day, holiday crowd. Bombs bursting in the air, brass band, moving air real loud. But when the sky is bright, every face is filled with light. You can see the eyes, can't disguise. Something's wrong tonight. Where do they go on the 5th of July when the fireworks are over? Back to the living with a little white lie till they lay you down in clover. Fire in the midnight sky reflects upon the windows. Buildings reaching up so high in a flashing moment, throwing shadows. And in those shadows hide the ones from the other side of the tracks falling through the cracks. Something here ain't right. Where do they go on the 5th of July when the fireworks are over? Back to the living, the little white lie, till they lay you down in clover. Where do they go, these ones in whose eyes we find our own? Where do they lay down their heads outside the rain? In the doorways, in the Chevrolets? No, they're yours, and they're mine. And when the crowd is gone, in the hours before the dawn, embers glow, I don't know. Something's lost tonight. Where do they go on the 5th of July when the fireworks are over? Back to the living of the little white lie till they lay you down in clover.
Yeah! Okay.
Absolutely, buddy. That was great, Jim. So glad you're up here on the mic again. Jim is up on the mic all the time, but as he mentioned, normally singing every first Thursday. So let me see, that's
Tomorrow.
Jim is in the back room at the main stage here now with 2 different special guests each month. It rotates out, always amazing performers back there. So the first Thursday of the month, tomorrow if you want to check it out. Also do want to tell you, if you want to hear Jim actually sing, you can come tomorrow. You can find Jim Ballard on Spotify and all kinds of other places. But I also, I got to executive produce a music album, and I never thought in my life that would be anything that happened. But we did it as a surprise. We did a cover album for my best friend, another amazing, formerly local singer-songwriter who's now out in Wyoming. But we had, what's the track? We have 12 different tracks on here covering Zach's songs. And Jim Ballard and his band, The Strangs, are on one of them. They're on the merch table if you're still like a physical disc person, but you can also just find it on Spotify. So that as well. It's called Snow Covered Mountains. So feel free to grab a picture, pull it up on Spotify, whatever. Don't take too long on that, because next to the open mic, we have December's feature. So for those of you that are in the area, come back for us December, because please welcome to the stage TaJuan Immanuel, sKai.
Hi. I'm going to read one poem, but if it's okay with everyone, I'm just going to tell like a little anecdote before I read the poem. A lot of pieces in preparation for the December show, and then like one of the ones that like I really liked, but I decided I'm probably not going to use it for what I'm going for. Just threw it to the side and like kind of forgot about it, but now maybe tonight's the night for it.
Nice enough.
A few months ago, I had read a poem inspired by a Daniel Caesar song, and this one is also inspired by a Daniel Caesar song. It's a unreleased one of his unreleased ones called Medulla Oblongata. Now, the medulla oblongata, we all have it, everyone in the room. It's like something part of the brain, and it regulates like breathing and heartbeat. Those are the two important things we need to know about it. But I had heard the song and was introduced to Daniel Caesar as an artist entirely when I was dating this woman almost a year ago. I don't know. Nearly 2 years ago. There you go. It was a relationship, like all of our relationships are, where you enter it one way and leave it a completely different person. No matter what, our interactions with each other, strangers, long-term, short-term, whatever, it impacts us in ways maybe we're aware of, maybe we're not. This relationship was interesting for me. It was the first one I ever was kind of felt, really toxic, and I wasn't in it and thinking I was the problem, and I don't want to play victim, and I don't think it's about being a victim or being, there's no victims, there's no heroes, we're all just people. I have no ill will towards this person. It was just, I do think relationships like this are ones that are important regardless, because I am not completely, but I am forever changed, and I'm forever grateful. And I wanted to give her flowers in the way that I could, but obviously I don't really want to do anything other than maybe just read it out loud, hoping it could, touch you in a way, So yeah, it's titled Medulla Oblongata, and forgive me if I stutter or anything, because I haven't read it out loud.
I'm good.
You desired happiness after heartbreak, like any of us would. So you went to an open mic, sat on the plastic chair, and kept your opinions distant. Even in your fresh, thrifted sweater, you were dissonant and cold, bitten by bitter October winds, unimpressed by the performances of amateur poets. Your date, the reason you were there, wasn't any less amateur. Constant stutter and static, but you weren't there for my words. Instead, you wondered over my hands whether or not they could do anything worthwhile. So you took me to your place and raised your pulse, pushed and pressed your desires into me until you paused and revealed it was your time of the month. Though truthfully, the pill you take makes bleeding a dream. It was a white lie, pale and frail, not exactly like a mouse, more like a snowball at a mountain's peak, waiting to be more. But my hindsight forgives my ignorance, forgives my desire to pity like any of us would, because you couldn't tear the memory of uninvited touch after uninvited touch, and I had forgotten my mother's face. So we started dating. You desired happiness after heartbreak like any of us would. No, like all of us do, but you needed it specific, strict. Your love was militant and I was blindly marching across a minefield filled with the hurt gifted by hurt men, creating another hurt man in me, a sick Christmas certainly, and your claws in my back made it impossible to leave. So if the hues of lies are white as winter, then what color is manipulation? Dim and charcoal, black as sin. My God forgives me for my weakness, forgives me for my will to pity, like any of us would, but we have no right. Because I am no better than you, and I began to prove it. We desired immortality before breathing ends, before the passing of our medulla oblongata, but that was simply too much time. So we took turns avalanching pills and forcing the other to vomit, Two victims sobbing, bloody siege, stranding, and depressed on the bathroom floor. Our abusers breathing in a crooked innocence. You desired happiness after heartbreak, but it cost too much. I desired happiness after heartbreak, and I demanded my money's worth. So I left you with a heartbeat and became my own savior, but I didn't feel heroic or brave, and I failed to love myself for months following. I thought of you often, and our make-believe healing, like any of us would. You desired to be normal, a storybook princess, like we all do from time to time. But now you're a poem made from an amateur's madness, all to ask a question I pray to be a yes. Are you still breathing? Thank you.
Thank you so much, TaJuan. So mark your calendars. First Wednesday in December, TaJuan will be featuring, but mark your calendars also for the next first Wednesday, which will be August. Stephanie Genesee, amazing poet as well, is going to be here for that one. There's one more poet to the open mic, and that's me. So I'm going to give you a couple pieces here as well. This first one was written in response to a newspaper article that I saw also. When escape only leads to what you were running from. The headline reads, "The internet was freaking out about a dead cow in a supermarket." And to be fair, the cow's entrance to the meat aisle was astonishingly unique, for the simple reason that he, unlike the endless procession of others, entered alive. He wasn't meant to walk into the store on his own. The plans for his death were well underway. Like so many before him and countless beside him, he was packed tightly into a truck. An involuntary passenger with a one-way ticket to a dismal destination, the house of slaughter. But an overturned truck offered the chance of escape, and off he ran as fast as his hooves would allow, until the strange open doors beckoned him. A respite, perhaps, from the horrors both behind and ahead. But his supposed sanctuary was already filled with the bodies of his bovine brethren, dismantled and displayed in coolers kept frozen to impede their decay. A sudden bullet sent his body to the ground, falling lifeless like the packaged remains surrounding him. The customers, it seems, were upset that they had so vividly witnessed the pools of blood seeping from the broken remnants of someone who, only moments ago, was standing on his own four legs. They preferred not to think of their burgers as dead. All right, so I'm going to do one more piece for you. Now this one, Zach, whose songs we covered on the snow-covered mountains. You can put that on your phone now if you get a chance to earlier. But Zach and Gretchen Plus, another amazing singer-songwriter and friend, the three of us were doing a performance at the backstage here at the Rialto Theatre. And we're getting close to time, and we're talking about how we're mixing poetry and song, all three of us. I'm not singing, thankfully for everybody. But otherwise, we're mixing poetry and song with everybody. And we're talking about how to close the show, and Zach's talking about, like closing it, positively, as our feature's talking to about. I'm like, it's not called contented cow poetry, like my shit's not happy. And I'm like, he was like, well, you should write a happy poem. So then we decided, Zach mentioned, well, you should write about trying to write a happy poem, even if you fail. Very close to showtime, a couple days. And then the night before our show here, Gretchen played at another event, and Zach and I went to watch and performance. And we came back, and in my drive, when we pulled back in, the fireflies were just going around, just tons and tons of fireflies. And we sat down and just watched, and this poem came to me. Now, in this moment of trying to write this happy poem, this was... Tanis mentioned Jalen Walker. This was about a week and a half after Jalen Walker was shot and killed. It was right after Roe v. Wade was overturned. So Zach's like, write a happy poem. And I'm like, yeah, but like all this shit is going on. I don't feel happy when I'm writing. So I'm trying to write a happy poem. So I sit watching the beauty of the fireflies rapidly flashing through the trees. I'm trying to write a happy poem. But then I remember the rapid flashing of 90 bullets into the blurred image of another unarmed black man taken at the hands of the law. I'm trying to write a happy poem. So I sit snuggling my dog and listen to the sound of his heartbeat. And then I think of how Jalen Walker doesn't have one anymore. I'm trying to write a happy poem. So I listen to the coyote howl in the peacefulness of the night sky. I'm trying to write a happy poem, but I hear our city officials call for peace while police use a protester as a punching bag. I'm trying to write a happy poem, naively hoping that somehow enough good folks with a poem or a song or a mural or a camera might defeat some bad guys with guns and badges. I'm trying to write a happy poem, but the canvas continues to be covered in red. I'm trying to write a happy poem where justice wins in the end, where the police are held accountable, where the system is changed, where I pull up my red hood and don my perfectly sized glass slippers and follow the breadcrumbs all the way to grandmother's house, where the porridge is not too cold and it's not too hot, because I'm trying to write a happy poem, but the wolf gobbles me up as the clock strikes midnight and my poem turns back into a pumpkin. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break. Thank you, Michael. Are you heading out?
Yep.
All right, thanks, buddy. We're going to take a real quick break because we're going to get our feature connected up to the Bluetooth before we start the second feature. So have a few minutes, enjoy like you did before, community and company and conversation, and we will be on the mic soon.
Your poems were all lovely. Oh my goodness. So much fun to read.
This is how much in the habit I am of adjusting a mic when I come up. Do you remember the last person to touch this mic before just now? Yeah. And I still came up and like, that doesn't look right. So we are ready to close out the night. We have one more time with our amazing feature here. Please welcome again to the stage, One Single Rose.
Ropes from which ancestors hung are now attached to hands, knees, and itchy trigger fingers of supremacists and boys and girls in blue who took oaths to serve and protect all civilians, regardless of race, color, or creed. They fear black, though, shaking in their boots during traffic stops, hiding behind shields, directives, 38s, or Glocks, using live bodies for target practice. Trained peace officers and the ignorant increased body counts nationwide, shooting first, asking pertinent questions later, diminishing one group's classification into 16 letters of the alphabet, connected behind two vertical lines that link with two on the horizon. But we can't see the sun. There's too much darkness in our background. Survivors show reverence for the dearly departed with pound signs in cyberspace or by marching on city streets stained with their brothers and sisters' blood. The same way villagers mourn their kin in deserts of Alkebulan and slaves sang redemption songs on red clay roads in cotton fields down south. Not much has changed in black history. Symbols precede names remembered from the past while the struggle continues, adding more in the present. We sing songs from the 1900s that are still applicable in the millennium. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. And we as soon as all Black lives matter, with the phrase receiving a dishonorable discharge for early retirement. We shall overcome someday. One single rose, no stem. Y'all all right? Y'all still good? Y'all all right?
Yeah.
So my energy for my second set just totally shifted listening to everyone here on the open mic. Keith, you guys are absolutely amazing. So I'm going to read some new pieces that I've been pondering that I haven't committed to memory. I'm going to try them out on you guys today. Is that all right?
That's great. Yeah.
Since tomorrow is Independence Day and all. Y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. The preamble to the Constitution. How we used to sing it, but this is my spin on that.
Oh, nice.
They're the people who killed each other to form this perfect union. Won't fight for justice to ensure domestic tranquility. They drop rags for the common defense. Fuck our general welfare and screw the blessings of liberty. So we can't enjoy posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. We the people of the United States, who stand divided by age, race, religion, and sexual preference in order to form a more perfect union, where rich old white men run amok, committing perjury, pounding like children, spouting their agendas, inciting riots, wreaking havoc with grandiose ideas of building walls that establish no justice, while failing to ensure domestic tranquility, provide trillions of taxpayer dollars, covering up inequities, funding genocide for the common defense, selling weapons of mass destruction to the highest bidders without philosophies to promote the general welfare for every U.S. citizen, to acquire free, high-quality health care and college educations to snag high-paying jobs that fund American dreams of existing safely above poverty lines and secure the blessings of liberty for children left behind to defend ourselves and our posterity, do not ordain and establish this Constitution. A shit-stained edict riddled with bullets and bigotry used as a tool of oppression for the United States of America's policymakers to deny classism exists while they live high on the hog, with their hooves flattening tax-paying citizens' pockets and their snotty snouts stiffing up other republics' cookie jars. One single rose, no stem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where do I wanna go now?
How was it? That sounded beautiful. Just your in between. I wish I could do that. Where do I want to go now? It's like, this is lovely.
Alright, so I have a few songs that I normally like to do whenever I travel anywhere. Do we have any Jill Scott fans in the room?
Yeah. Yes.
This is one of my favorite Jill Scott songs, and I like to share it with you guys today, and just a little poetry mixed up in called I'm Down To. You know the song, you know the song. You love me, especially intelligence. You woo me, you court me, you tease me, you please me, you school me, give me something to think about, ignite me, you co-write me, you love me, you like me, excite me, invite me to chorus. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. I'm down to ride with you on back of a bicycle or shopping cart. Sleep with you under viaducts and cardboard when it rains. Burn beans and cans on the grill. Hold signs at intersections for our next meal. I'll camp with you in the desert counting stars. Orion's belt, the Big Dipper, and Mars. I'll be your bathwater and bathe you. Try to heal whatever ails you. Whoop your opponent's asses till they're black and I'm blue. I'm here for you for better or for worse, in sickness or in good health. You plus me equals we, so help me, I see God in you. And I believe in us. I'll stand by your side for encouragement. When clouds of doubt shower your thoughts, I'll ease your mind, pushing you forward as a king. Know that you can lean on me if you fall. Together, my darling, you and I, we can have it all. My world would be empty without you. I refuse to live in this world. I'm here for you, the length of our forever. 100% down for you and whatever. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Ooh. One single rose, no still. Thank you. So I told you guys I was going to bring Pearl out to play.
Ooh.
So if you don't mind, I'll do a short precursor, then do a snippet and a piece, and I'll leave you to your evenings. So this is from the erotic section of the book, which is at the back of the book. Flyku. Red lipstick traces, temporary passion marks, lasting impressions. Don't confuse sex with love. There's levels to that shit. It feels so damn good. When G-spots pulsate, natural disasters flood sheets. Don't stop the rain. He ate my cookie, then said his saliva smiled. Sweet tooth expose. Seduce me with speech, then fuck me with a firm tongue. Damn, that's some good head. So what that mouth do? You said it licks a good clip. Talk is cheap. Show. I love the way you hold me in your arms and baptize me with your sexy charms. I'll ring the bell and sound the alarms, 'cause you do my heart good, you've never done me wrong. When I'm with you, you have my undivided attention. I'll saunter passing unmentionables, tiptoeing in stilettos, dropping rose petals. Follow me into the bedroom. We won't be leaving no time soon. I need to have you 69 different ways, from sunup to sundown. Let's get it in all day. I love everything that you do for me. You break down my guards, then my spirit flies free. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. I'm rolling with you long as you ride with me, and now I'm gone. Tiptoeing in stilettos, dropping rose petals. Tiptoeing in stilettos, dropping rose petals. My longing for you doesn't end with come. I desire to be everything your body touches, following the sexual exploitation of my candy-coated sugar walls. A place you've nicknamed your home. Imagine me as the satin sheets you rest upon after we've conceded to the release of your seeds. Bless me in your bathwater until I'm drunk as Irish springing from bars on St. Patrick's Day. Let me be the Egyptian cotton towel to temporarily cleanse us from your groin. Spray me right to guard the place where I'm comfortable under your arms. Toss liquid scope freshly siphoned from my ocean around in your mouth while my whitening strips tease your crowns. Brush your beard with me, mimicking pubic hair strokes across your mustache while you tasted my good. A hint of roses, fragrant bouquet lingers after shaves, moisten your entire body in cream. I'll be tighty-whitey when the wind blows, sheltering the hard-on, boxing my briefs. You're no wife beater, but I'll be hiding beneath a button-up or a white tee, protecting the chest that surrounds the heart that beats for me. I dream that I am every pair of your jeans with power to unzip your thigh at will. Buckle me tightly onto your waist to convey the message that what lies beneath is on lock. Pull me onto your feet so I can shoulder the weight of your little piggies, keeping them warm and snuggly the same way I heated your cock when it was in my guts a few moments ago. Walk me out as the wingtips, Jordans, or gator boots to escort you back into my home. Place me at the helm of your vehicle, continually spinning these wheels while this ass moves like a 24. You won't have to insert me as the key to unlock the deadbolt when you return home to come again. My legs are always open for you. So when you step through the door, drop all of me like I'm hot until you butt ass naked on rock. Then let me put you to bed. One single rose, no spill. That's One Single Rose, that's ONE Single Rose, or come see me and I'll give you a scan card to get you around a little faster. Thank you so much, Rialto. Mad love, Keith, for putting us on.
It's really awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was like, how does someone own a moment?
Thank you all for spending your evening here. I'm not rushing you out. But last thing for me on the mic, make sure you do share some love, not just verbally, which you're already doing, but financially for those that are able to have it already, or buy a book. I mean, you can do that too and share the love that way. I think that was all I had. Give it up for all the poets who blessed the open mic.